Hey, this is a demo for my personal saber that I just installed a little while ago on my live, but I was having trouble with. It ended up being two bad SD cards in a row, but it's all fixed now. I wanted to show it off right away after I got it done. This is a custom Scrapflex that my buddy Benji over at Nerfherder Customs made me with a bone handle, some battle damage or some blaster damage right here. It's very cool. Two button setup. The two buttons are in the clamp card, so the front switch is the activation, back is the auxiliary. I put CC sabers in here for my lit PCB connector, and then what you want to do is just open up the handle to get to the chassis, and then this is the chassis that I came up with. This is some direct design cues from Benji. He does a lot of these chassis, though he does them in a lot more detail. This is a pale comparison to what he's doing. I just wanted to try it out a little bit. It's a little something different from what I would normally do. I don't normally paint my chassis. I don't normally do greeblies like this and stuff like this over here. So I had a lot of fun trying that out. It is a removable battery system here. So all the wires are hidden. It has a fully enclosed 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker, so it sounds really good. And then it has a board cover. So this board cover right here, this is a press fit down, but it also has magnets on it. If we come over here and just pop it off with my fingernail, like that. I got some blade diffusion here that's glued on the inside, and then it looks like that. It's got a magnet, one magnet on each side to hold it into the chassis. This is what it looks like. I don't typically like to run wires on top of my board, but because this is mine and I wanted to do this 3-pixel LED strip on the top of the board, I thought it would be okay, right? So there is access to the SD card and a micro USB without ever moving the board. All right, so that's what it looks like in there. And then of course those 3 pixels are made to light up all of the vents in the board cover here. So we'll just take this board cover and throw it back on real quick. It snaps right in place. Those magnets grab each other really well, and then it is a nice press fit down into there. Moving on from that, what I did was I put a real quartz crystal in there. You can kind of see it. So that quartz crystal has its own neopixel accent underneath the crystal, and then there's a 4-pixel accent strip that's put to the chassis right behind it that I made some broken circuitry. So I made the crystal match the blade, but then I also tried to make it look like, you know, there were some things going wrong with the saber because it got that blaster damage. So if we were to put the battery in,
just like me, the last of the Jedi religion,
I've got Grumpy Uncle on here, I've got Ronin on here, and then I've got Dark Jedi on here. I do have the crystal pulsing when the saber's off for a little while, but it's on a timer. And it might be hard to see on camera, but the crystal itself is green, and then it's got this going on in the chamber as well. So this 3-pixel here is wired in line with the 4-pixel accent strip that's inside this blaster damage area. It's like that. If we come over here and hit power, auxiliary, turn it off like that. It sounds really good. I'll go ahead and throw the handle on and throw a blade in. So what I did was I had a couple different things that I could have used for a blade retention. I could have used this, but I went ahead and I shaved it down. What I ended up doing, I shaved everything down except for this main button here. I just take this main button on top and unscrew it a little bit, get out of the blade socket, and then we'll throw a blade in. This takes a 1-inch diameter neopixel blade. This is a 1-inch Graflex core from a 2.0 kit. Got a soundtrack on here. Turn it off. long press on the power, and then go to the next one.
Just a simple wanderer.
Ronin. Right, so we got a red crystal here. So you got a mix of the red crystal, if you can kind of see it there, along with the broken circuitry effect going on behind it.
Dark Jedi.
Very bassy. Just like that. We'll go ahead and take the blade out. I only put 3 sound fonts on here. I usually don't have more than 2 or 3 on each of my sabers, and then I cycle them back and forth every so often. All right, but just take the chassis back out. I didn't put a kill switch on mine either because I typically will just take the battery out. Just like that. I'm going to just go ahead and pop the battery out. And that is my custom Scrapflex from Benji. Had a lot of fun installing this. It was a little bit frustrating at the very end, trying to figure out what was wrong with it, but that is the name of this game. If you install sabers, you run into those problems, right? And you got to figure out what they are. So eventually I did, and got it all figured out. But this is very cool. It will be a part of my collection forever, and it was a joy to install. Thanks for watching.